We're starting off with some breaking news. The BJP is all set to pick its name for the next Vice President of India. The BJP Parliamentary Board will begin its meeting very shortly in the next few minutes. The party is going to deliberate over the vice presidential candidate. Remember, these are pictures of Home Minister Amit Shah arriving there a short while ago. You also have other members of the Parliamentary Board, including Ministers Rajnath Singh, the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan, all of them arriving at the BJP headquarters. Nitin Gadkari there arriving just moments ago. The Prime Minister is expected in the next few minutes. Remember, the vice presidential candidate of the NDA, victory is almost certain because the numbers clearly are with the NDA. As far as the Electoral College is concerned, you can see pictures of Rajnath Singh arriving at the BJP headquarters just moments ago. Prime Minister Modi will be arriving very soon, is the word that we're getting in. The others who've arrived so far, Union Ministers Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh, Nitin Gadkari, as well as, of course, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister. JP Nadda, the BJP party president, will also be present in the Parliamentary Board meeting. The last date for filing of nominations is the 19th of July, and the election is scheduled for the 6th of August. Arun Danta is joining us live from the BJP headquarters. I know it's useless to speculate when it comes to the BJP and its picks such as this for VP or president. But what are the names that are doing the rounds?
Well, Zaka, it's very difficult to speculate, as you rightly mentioned, because the way things have been happening in past couple of big decisions, it was, no way guessing for anybody. In fact, when they announced the name of Draupadi Murmu for their, presidential nominee, nobody knew till the time JP Nadda announced it from this stage. As far as the candidature of candidate for the vice president post is concerned, there are so many names. There were talks about Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi when he was not given additional tenure. At that point in time, people were talking about that whether he can be given responsibility. And then there were talks about Arif Mohammad Khan. People were talking about Amrinder Singh. And a few were talking about somebody from South India. So there are various names which are floating around, but nobody knows who's going to be the NDA's vice presidential nominee. A few minutes from now, because all the parliamentary board members have arrived here, Prime Minister Modi expected to reach here, then the discussion will commence. And today we are told that it's not going to be a long meeting because at around 7:30 all of them will be in the parliament. The dinner which has been organized for all the member of parliament of BJP. So once Prime Minister Modi arrives here at the BJP headquarters, then we can expect that within an hour, the meeting will be concluded, and perhaps today we'll have the name of the NDA's vice presidential nominee.
So what's the protocol when the presidential Arun? When the presidential candidate's name was announced, when Draupadi Murmu's name was announced, JP Nadda had a press conference. So would the same protocol apply once the name is decided? Will the party president come and address the press and say that this is the NDA's candidate?
Well, Zaka, there is no clarity about about the press conference, who's going to address that press conference, whether that will take place today or not. But what we are picking here, from our sources, it is likely that the name will be announced today itself, because then you have Sunday tomorrow, and on Monday, the candidate, whoever it may be, will file the nomination. That's what we have given to understand, because 19th is the last day to file the nomination. So perhaps in a few hours from now, we'll have the clarity as to who's going to be the vice presidential candidate of NDA. And as far as the stats are concerned, it is very much in favor of BJP. The total strength of the parliament, because vice president's election, the electoral college consists of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha MP. So out of 780, which is the existing number of the parliament, 390 is the majority mark. So BJP has around 394. So there's not going to be any issue for them as far as vice presidential candidate is concerned. So it's going to be a cakewalk for them. But who's going to be that candidate? What is the arithmetic which BJP puts behind the name? That's something which is going to be very, very interesting.
All right, we're waiting for the Prime Minister to arrive at the BJP headquarters, and then the Parliamentary Board will begin its meeting, its deliberations as to who is going to be the Vice Presidential pick for the NDA. For the moment, Arun, many thanks. We'll come back to you as and when that meeting begins. Meanwhile, the big focus